he has said about this issue, not just
I
since
listen
the
to these
disclosures,
guys.
but even before them, reflects his
Yeah,
commitment to ensuring that we do everything we have to
that's it
do
a little bit.
within the law to keep America safe,
Something.
keep Americans safe, and keep our allies safe, and that we, but that we do so in a way that reflects the need to find a balance and that recognizes this sincere security, rather privacy concerns that Americans have and that others have around the world.
Oh,
In the Wall Street Journal,
it's like
article
11:48
that's mentioned in this briefing,
I just
the main thrust of it
can't
is
lay
that the
down right
president
now.
was
Let me
unaware
turn this
that
off.
this kind of surveillance was going on.
that is the White House press briefing today, anyways. And I wasn't paying attention anymore. A lot of things on my mind, and I'm really enjoying my life. And I have a lot. This is a great country. I respect it, and I claim it. And it's really special to have a country, to know you got it, and to see it for what it is. But it's also very traumatic, in the day and age that we've been going through. And my God, I don't know. I think that I owe a little explanation of who I am, where I come from, how I become who I am. And I would have to say it really starts out with honesty. And I learned at a young age to be honest to myself. I learned to be a good liar for a while too, but I was honest to myself. And I wasn't kidding myself either. Made me a better liar, I wasn't getting caught. I quit lying just because I didn't like to lie, and it was, I felt it was against the commandments. But I went through that period because that's what it took for me to do what I wanted to do, when I was a youth. And it was childish, and it was worth it. But I wasn't malicious. I had no malice or anything. And so, do no harm. But, if you do, it gets revealed and your lies get exposed and stuff anyways. And, I believe in a good, honest lie. But anyways, honesty helped me a lot. And, I don't know really what my IQ is. Above average, but it's not high. And, yet, when we would take those tests in school where we fill in the little black dots in the, you got 3 or 4 choices for answers, or yes or no. I used to score really high on those. I had my counselor bring me in. He said, "I'm not even supposed to show you this." He says, "But I don't know why you're screwing around. Your scores are so high, and you could do so much better." And I don't know, the test made sense when I took them. I just did my best, and but I didn't get good grades in school much. I didn't have much patience in there. I didn't like it very much. It's really sad to think, even when I look back, as well as things have come out, you know, I see a lot of wasted time. I wouldn't want to subject my children to, or other people's children to. We need to do things differently. But still, I appreciated the whole school thing. It's like after summer vacation, I look forward to going to school and seeing, the social part and the people. I always liked people. And I was pretty much friends with just about everybody. And stood up to bullies and stuff and didn't really have problems. I learned that big people just like you to joke with them and not take them personal and stuff, and they can relax. And tall people and stuff, and so I made friends with tall people often, and but after high school, when I was graduating from high school, I wanted to actually go into politics, although I didn't tell anybody that. And because I thought it was even too presumptuous for me to even think that, I could do that, and yet that's where my heart was leading me. And I even, in senior high and government class, we were taught about the electoral college and the parties and delegates, and learned that I could be a delegate for a party if I was 18, and I was, and so I did it. And so everybody around my family and neighborhood and everyone was all Republicans, and I joined the Republican Party in 1976 and became a delegate for the precinct at the regional state convention. And there they wanted to elect me to go to the state convention, and I didn't expect that, but I sure was happy to have that opportunity, and so I went, and that was pretty interesting, but it wasn't anything what I expected. I was actually very, very disappointed with the party, because for the delegates, so many of them, and there was this promotion going on about, whose party are you going to? And I'm talking about literally drinking, getting drunk parties and stuff, and that these different candidates were throwing on. It was like whoever threw out the best party, that's who we get to vote for or something. And I'll tell you what, I didn't go to a single party. And I already at that time saw that I could compromise myself by doing so. And there was a lot of things I was disappointed with. George H.W. Bush and family and entourage shows up out of nowhere. I was getting these glossy flyers in the mail and stuff, from Bush. I'm like, who's this? And he was there, and I was like, oh, this fake stuff, Americans will never buy that. It's like, who in the heck is this guy coming in on a helicopter? And so I mean, that was tough when he became president. I didn't expect that. But anyways, so then after that, I didn't know what to do. I was working on farms. I was waiting tables in a restaurant. I got a job doing construction. Joined the union. We were actually subcontracted to Bechtel, working on a big iron mine project, pelletizing plant. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I wanted to be influential. Kept seeing problems in the world, and I wanted to be part of the legislative body, really, to help try to make things better. And I didn't know what to do, so I thought, well, I need a good reputation. I need to accomplish something. And there were people around that were speaking highly about Marines and the Marine Corps, so I just went to the recruiter. I said, sign me up, ship me out. That's exactly what I need. 4 years of dedication to service to my country. And, you know, and I knew that being a Marine was a piece of cake for me. I knew it. I already knew it. It wasn't like, oh, I wonder if I could be a Marine. You know, I wouldn't have joined up if that's the way I felt. You know, and I went in there, recruiter says, sign you up and ship you out. What'd you do? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, guys are always running away from something. What'd you get your girlfriend pregnant? I'm like, you know, it's like, you know, that should have gave me a clue right then. Anyways, so, you know, I get tested for the entrance. They give you a battery of tests and stuff, and he said, did you cheat? And I said, no. And he said, well, here, take it again. And I took it again. And so anyways, I went to boot camp in San Diego in February 1977. And there again, we took the tests all over. They made me take it again. And then when our scores came out and they handed us all our scores sometime during our boot camp, the battery of tests, there were 8, 10 categories, I don't recall, more than 8. And my lowest score on any of the tests was higher than anybody else's highest score in the whole platoon. And so the drill instructor says, you know, you're selected as a candidate for Annapolis for the Naval Academy. And I said, no, thank you. And that was like, if I ever had a regret in my life, that was the one that haunted me later on. But, you know, I said, well, what would that require as far as dedication to the service, you know, and I found that, you know, it would require an additional 4 years, probably at least. And I didn't know that much about how things really operated. And I wanted to just be with the guys out in the field anyways. And I wanted to be a fighting man. I didn't feel that our country had a threat at the time, like, there's a war, you know. I felt like, you know, got a good military and they ain't gonna want to go to war against me. And but anyways, things fell apart in the Marine Corps. I ended up getting kicked out of the Marine Corps. But the reason they kicked me out was for the good of the Marine Corps, because I was wrecking them. And I wasn't letting the Marine Corps get away with anything. And so I got an honorable discharge. And then, but it, you know, was a, you know, my life was wrecked. All my dreams, anything that I had thought that I was going to do before that, all went away. I had to make all new plans. You know, and then that didn't last that long. Marriage fell apart. And, you know, I got wrecked pretty quick, quite a few times in a row. And more things in law enforcement and stuff. And I mean, I pissed somebody off when I was in the Marine Corps. I mean, I was stationed at Quantico, Virginia when I got kicked out. And I got arrested 5 times in 2 weeks. In Quantico, they put me in a cage in a warehouse, boxes around. I just waited for them to let me out. But a lot of things happening. And so that's part of, who I am. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I'm trembling thinking about some of this stuff. And but I've had quite a number of MMPIs, if anybody knows what those are. Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory Exams. And I actually have a copy here from, this was an evaluation that I got from, well, I don't think you can see anything in this light, huh? So, anyways, it's San Francisco. It is Department of Vocational Rehab, Rehabilitation Services, Northern California. And Margaret Jacobs did this. I understand I was one of her last clients. She was saying she was retiring, and there was somebody that got to know me because she evaluated me, and I'll tell you what, I felt like I could fall in love with that lady because she understood me better than anybody else that I had experienced for a long time anyway. But anyways, I ended up with all standard averages on the scores. No highs, no lows in that. For those that do understand, I was going to show you, but the camera ain't, it's not important anyways. And again, I think personal honesty is what helped me out the most. And that's what I see in Christy. The first thing that I recognized about her was ultra honest individual. And I like people like that. And so I liked her right away from the start, as far as there was never she's never disturbed me, I'll tell you that. Not in a negative way. Maybe about myself. But I was in the chat on Soul Journeys radio, first time I ever did chat. Little messaging on Facebook, but no live chat like that with other people in that, and that was kind of exciting. Actually, it was very exciting. I could hardly handle it, and I want to give God all the credit for everything, because anything that I'm doing, that I've done and do in my life, I could never invent any of that. I could never intentionally make any of it happen. There's no intention. I mean, yeah, there's plenty. I have lots of intention. But I don't have a plan. I don't have a program. And it's the Spirit. It's the it's God. It's all created already, provided for us, and as we move through it, it can unfold. And being in the truth is the only thing that really unfolds anything. You know, lies are actually a hindrance and fold things up even more. And I'm a fundamentalist, you know, and these are foundation things in my life that I want to share, to explain myself, to encourage people that, you know, this is the best thing to do, is be honest with ourselves. No matter what. And it's, I think, the best jewel of wisdom that there is honesty. And then the next best thing to do is to trust that the universe provides, is to trust that there is something, there is a way, there's a meaning, there's an understanding, there's a choice we can make. And you know, and that's, you know, I want to say believe. You believe there's the answer. You can't believe the answer until you see the answer, but you got to believe that it's there. But you know, you can't make it happen. You can't force it. You make your efforts. You know, God's provided the rest. But now in this world, somebody turned it into a game, and it's not a game. And they did make it into a game. And they cheat. They've cheated. And we do have plenty of real good reasons to fear. And a lot of our fears are very, very, not only justifiable, they're necessary. But it's hard to understand what it is that we're fearing, because the spirit and the subconscious will understand something. We'll understand a fear or a threat without being able to put it to words or identify it, and often identify it with other things, or it surfaces in other areas in our life, so we can take care of them there, because that works too. And so if we can't handle the truth, we can still handle our fear in wherever area it comes up in our lives. And there really is a way. It's been another best day of my life. It really has. It's 12:12 a.m. 10:29. And you know, even saying this, what I just said, made this day my, you know, it's Tuesday now, and it's only 12 minutes old, and it's already my best day of my life. And I'm so grateful, and I'm thankful, and I really do give God the credit, the creation, the credit, the setup. I couldn't set it up. I didn't do it. I'm a vessel. And, you know, we're genies in a bottle, you know, and life rubs us, and we come out, and it's beautiful. And we end up mystifying things and giving credit to everything. It's us. It's ours. We are that. You know, we are that good. We are that evil, even that, you know, we can take charge of it and do what we have have to with it. Anyways, I've had a great evening. I'll probably be able to get some rest now. And I love you all out there, especially you, Christy. I really do.